Hello everyone, welcome to CyberScoop TV. Greg Otto, your editor-in-chief here. We're at the 2019 RSA conference, and I'm talking with Phil Reitinger, the president and CEO of the Global Cyber Alliance. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Greg.
So, you recently released a toolkit that's aimed at small business. Tell me a little bit more about it.
So, there's a lot of good guidance out there for small business. They're very good business people, they get things done, but they don't know cybersecurity. And that's the problem with this guidance. It's really hard for them to consume. It's sort of like if you were a chef and someone gave you the instructions for making a souffle, and you had none of the background to get it done, you'd throw it aside, you wouldn't do anything. What you would need is a cookbook. You need a cookbook and the tools to get it done, and that's what we've tried to do with the Cybersecurity Toolkit for Small Business, is create a set of very simple instructions and actually give them the utensils and the tools that they need to make a secure business.
So talk to me a little bit about what makes a small business when we're talking about cybersecurity, because look, we're on the floor of RSA, all of this is geared toward enterprise, Fortune 500, but what are we talking about when we talk about small business? Like, we're not just talking about like a mom and pop bodega. What are we really focused on there?
It actually goes down to a mom and pop bodega.
Okay.
So there could be 5, or the average small business in the US has about 10 people, and it's run by one person. So we've got to be able to send security down to that level. Obviously, a lot of small businesses are larger than that, but that's the kind of scope you've got to have. And the way you approach it, there's beautiful stuff here. Intel, Venafi, lots of companies, right? There, as you said, they're selling to enterprises for the most part in security solutions. There's not enough money, and the local businesses aren't going to know how to use that stuff anyway. What they need to focus on is the basic hygiene measures, running antivirus, updating their systems, using the most up-to-date software, turning on auto updates, using two-factor authentication, checking for vulnerabilities in their websites. These are all relatively simple things to do, and there are tools out there that are free that they can use to do them. You've just got to give them the practical means, the cookbook to go through and get this done.
So shifting gears, I know that you have a government background, and we've seen over the past 12 months, I want to say, the US government be really strong and really roll out indictments with all of the nation-state hackers that have attacked us, whether it's China, Russia, North Korea, and there's been some debate as to whether indicting these hackers really has a positive effect. I'd love to get your thoughts on whether that strategy is one that you support.
So it is a strategy that I support for any nation that feels it's being adversely affected. And it's not that you can indict a foreign state-sponsored actor and you're never going to put him in prison. But it sends a message. It says this is out of bounds. It calls out behavior. And so regardless of whether you're going to put somebody in an orange jumpsuit, I think it's a valuable thing to get done. You might remember I started as a prosecutor back in 1995 doing computer crime cases, and it was always frustrating when you weren't able to go after people because they were outside the country of your country of origin. But I think we need to call out bad behavior, and we need to name names.
So talk to me a little bit more about the delicate balance that's there in some of these indictments, because I think about the North Korea one, where the North Korea one was a pretty technical report, and you're showing technical indicators that could dispel an intelligence operation. So what do you think about the balance that goes into something like that?
You've just got to draw the balance. You're exactly right, Greg. It's not unlike the vulnerabilities exposure process that the White House has put forward. You've got to weigh equities if you're going to expose a capability. And there's no right answer there. There's going to be a cost to doing that. But in a lot of cases, the capability will be known. And it's worth it to simply call out the behavior. The challenge in those cases is really more a political calculus as opposed to an exposure of a capability.
Great. Phil, really appreciate you taking some time to talk about this. Appreciate your insight.
Glad to, Greg.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more on RSA and all things cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.